Welcome to CBTV.
Part 2. Describe a time when you had a problem with using the computer. You should say what is the problem, when and where that it happened, and explain how you solved the problem. Alright, so we're going to talk about this one time I had a problem with my computer. It happened a couple of years ago, right in the middle of prepping for an important IELTS class. I was at home, all set to finalize some lesson plans, then bam! My computer just rose up on me. So there I was, staring at the screen that wouldn't budge. No matter how much I clicked or bleated with it, and of course, it had to happen at the worst possible time, just when I had so much work to plow through. I tried the good old turn it off and on again trick, but no luck. I was almost at my wit's end, thinking I probably have to bring it to the repair shop. But then I remembered this tech-savvy friend of mine, the kind who eats, sleep, and breathe computers. So I rang him up, hoping he'll have some magic up his sleeve. And guess what? He told me it could just be an issue with the system update. He walked me through booting the computers in safe mode, a term I've heard but never really understood until then. To my surprise, it worked. Once in safe mode, I managed to uninstall the latest update, and voila, my computer was back to its old self. I learned two valuable lessons that day. First, always have a backup of your work because technology can bail on you when you least expect it. And second, it pays to have tech-savvy friends. Since then, I've made sure to keep my computer health in check, regularly updating and backing up my files. Just to be on the safe side. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when your work depends on it. Part 3. 1. What do people use computer for? Oh, where do I even start? People use them for all sorts of things, from the usual browsing the web and catching up on emails to doing some complex stuff like graphic design or video editing or gaming. Honestly, people use computers for all different purposes these days. 2. Why do people often have problems when using new products? You know how it is. Most of the time, these problems crop up because you are not familiar with what you just bought. Like if you've never used a smartphone before and decided to buy an iPhone, you can understand why you might struggle to set up your phone. Like you might not even know how to create an Apple ID or set up your Face ID, And sometimes those instruction manuals are not useful at all. They can be pretty confusing. 3. How do people learn to use equipment? Well, there are those who simply start pushing buttons to see what happens. Others might take the old school route and actually read the manual cover to cover. And then you've got the tech-savvy ones who just hop onto YouTube for a quick tutorial. I think with all the demonstration, this is by far the best way to learn to use any piece of equipment. 4. Why do some people don't know how to solve these problems? Well, maybe they are not that tech-oriented. Like in the case of old people, they are simply not used to using technologies. And then you have those who just don't have the patience to fiddle around and figure things out. 5. Why do teenagers spend a lot of time on their screens? I would say that their social life practically lives online, as where they hang out, catch up with friends, and keep up with what's trending. Then there's gaming, streaming shows, and let's not forget, a lot of their schoolwork has shifted online too. It's like their whole world is inside the screen, which is why it can be tough for them to unplug.